October 23rd, 2024, 2:14 p.m., Atlantic Ocean, 95 nautical miles northeast of San Juan, Puerto Rico, USS George Washington, CVN-73, Nimitz-class aircraft carrier, routine deployment, Caribbean presence operations, then intelligence alert, Russian naval vessels detected, 2 frigates, Admiral Gorshkov-class, escorting Venezuelan oil tankers heading northwest toward U.S. territorial waters. This is provocation. This is Venezuelan standoff. The George Washington maintains carrier operations, 5th Fleet Detachment, Caribbean Patrol, 90,000 tons displacement, 1,092 feet length nuclear-powered crew, 5,500 air wing embarked, 64 aircraft FA-18EF Super Hornets, E-2D Hawkeyes, EA-18G Growlers, full-spectrum capability. This is American power projection. Combat Information Center, USS George Washington. The Tactical Action Officer monitors situation. Link 16 data link real-time intelligence, 2 surface contacts, bearing 087, range 142 nautical miles, speed 14 knots, classification confirmed, Russian Navy, Admiral Gorshkov frigates, hull numbers 454 and 438, Admiral Gorshkov, Admiral Golovko, modern warships, sophisticated threats. The intelligence officer briefs Captain, "Sir, Russian frigates departed La Guaira, Venezuela 36 hours ago, escorting 3 Venezuelan oil tankers, PDVSA vessels. Destination, Cuba. Current course brings them within 80 nautical miles of Puerto Rico, U.S. territorial waters." The captain studies display, Russian warships, Venezuelan tankers, Cuban destination, political statement, strategic messaging, Moscow supports Caracas, energy lifeline, sanctions evasion, U.S. response required. The captain alerts strike group commander. Rear admiral aboard, flag officer decides. The admiral arrives, CIC, 4 minutes, situation briefed, Russian frigates, Venezuelan oil, Cuban delivery, proximity to U.S. territory, strategic implications. The admiral decides, launch alert fighters, establish visual identification, monitor closely, show presence, no aggressive action unless threatened. Navy mission covers real great power competition, Russian operations, Western Hemisphere, Monroe Doctrine tested. Flight deck activates alert 5 status, 2 FA-18F Super Hornets, VFA-11 Red Rippers, armed cap, AIM-120 AMRAAM, AIM-9X Sidewinder, full air-to-air loadout, the aircraft launch cat shot, steam catapult, 0 to 165 horse. 2.5 seconds, 2 fighters airborne, 90 seconds total. The Super Hornets climb 25,000 feet, combat spread formation, APG-79 AESA radar active, 150-mile detection range, contacts acquired, 2 surface ships, bearing 089, range 127 nautical miles, the fighters proceed, Mach 0.95, subsonic cruise, 18 minutes to visual contact. The Russian frigates detect fighters, ESPI radar tracks, S-band search radar, long-range coverage, fire control activates positive radar, 5P-27 fire control, Parliament Redut SAM system, 32 missiles per ship, 9 M96E interceptors, 75-mile range, weapons ready, professional response. The lead Super Hornet pilot radios. Russian warships, this is U.S. Navy aircraft. We are conducting routine operations in international airspace, maintaining visual observation. Russian response, accented English, professional tone. American aircraft. This is Russian Navy frigate Admiral Gorshkov. We operate legally in international waters, escorting commercial vessels, no threat intended. The fighters arrive overhead, 8,000 feet altitude, visual contact confirmed, 2 frigates, Gorshkov-class, 135 meters length, 4,500 tons, stealthy superstructure, 3 Venezuelan tankers, VLCC size, massive, 300,000 tons each, crude oil cargo, $180 million per tanker, $540 million total value, strategic asset, energy lifeline. Most dangerous escalation scenario? A. Naval confrontation. B. Air incident. C. Economic sanctions. Comment below. The Super Hornets orbit, racetrack pattern, 12-mile diameter continuous observation, cameras rolling, intelligence collection, ship characteristics, weapons systems, radar emissions, electronic signatures, every detail recorded, future reference, tactical library updated. The George Washington closes distance, new course, heading 085, speed 22 knots, intercept geometry. The carrier strike group repositions, guided missile cruiser USS Monterey, CG-61 Ticonderoga-class, Aegis-equipped, guided missile destroyer USS Stout, DDG-55, Arleigh Burke-class, 3 warships, combined firepower massive, message clear. Range decreases, 98 nautical miles. The Russian frigates maintain course, steady heading, 14 knots. Venezuelan tankers protected, center formation, frigates flanking, professional escort, the Russians committed, oil delivery, Cuban destination, political mission, economic necessity, strategic defiance. The strike group commander radios Russian vessels, guard frequency, international channel. Russian naval vessels. This is USS George Washington carrier strike group. You are approaching U.S. territorial waters. State your intentions. Russian response, different voice, senior officer, flag rank possibly. American carrier. This is Russian Naval Task Force. We escort commercial vessels in international waters, transit passage, freedom of navigation, same rights you claim globally. We continue present course. The Admiral considers response. Russians correct legally, international waters, transit rights, freedom of navigation. U.S. cannot stop them, but proximity matters. 95 miles from Puerto Rico, precedent dangerous. Moscow testing boundaries. Caracas emboldened, Havana supported. Regional implications significant. Wait for the next 30 seconds. Tactical situation becomes more complex. The intelligence officer reports new contact. Admiral, submarine signature detected, passive sonar, bearing 083, range approximately 45 nautical miles. Classification uncertain, possibly Russian, Yasen-class characteristics. The tactical picture changes. 2 frigates visible, 3 tankers escorted, 1 submarine suspected, Russian naval presence. Complete package, surface action group, submarine support, professional operation, strategic messaging, Moscow demonstrates capability, Caribbean operations, Western Hemisphere presence, Cold War echoes. The Admiral orders ASW response, launch P-8 Poseidon, prosecute submarine contact, establish classification, maintain track, do not engage unless hostile action. P-8 Poseidon launches, shore-based, Roosevelt Roads, former naval station, Puerto Rico, ASW aircraft, modified Boeing 737, advanced sensors, sonobuoys, MAD gear, torpedoes capable. The aircraft arrives 42 minutes, sonobuoy pattern deployed, passive listening, active prosecution. Submarine contact confirmed, Yasen-class, Project 885, Kazan likely, modern SSN, 13,800 tons submerged, Caliber cruise missiles, 32 weapons, Tomahawk equivalent, land attack capable, 1,500-mile range, threat radius, Florida, Gulf Coast, East Coast cities, strategic weapon, political statement, Moscow flexes muscle. Navy mission tactical quiz. What is the maximum speed of Russian Admiral Gorshkov frigate? A, 26 knots, B, 29 knots, C, 32 knots. Answer at end. The Super Hornets continue patrol. Fuel status critical, 45 minutes remaining. Relief fighters launch. 2 more FA-18Fs, VFA-213 Black Lions cap rotation, continuous coverage. The first section returns carrier, trap aboard, fuel, 2,800 pounds remaining. Close margin, professional airmanship. Hours pass, 6:47 p.m. Sunset approaching, the Russian task force maintains course, steady progress, 14 knots unchanged. Distance to Puerto Rico, 73 nautical miles. Closest point of approach, 68 nautical miles. Time to CPA, 6 hours. The American Shadow, continuous tracking, persistent surveillance, no interference, legal observation. The George Washington maintains station, 52 nautical miles from Russian formation, parallel track matching speed. The carrier launches additional aircraft, E-2D Hawkeye, advanced warning, battle management, radar coverage, 300-mile detection, the Hawkeye coordinates, air picture, subsurface track, complete situational awareness. The Venezuelan tankers proceed. PDVSA ownership, state oil company, sanctions target, U.S. embargo, Venezuela isolated, Russian support critical, energy exports, hard currency, regime survival, Maduro government, Moscow backing, alliance strengthened, Caribbean geopolitics, complex web. The diplomatic channels activate. State Department, Pentagon, White House, National Security Council, Russian embassy contacted, protest filed, provocative behavior, unacceptable proximity, destabilizing actions, Moscow responds, legal operations, international law, freedom of navigation, U.S. hypocrisy noted, South China Sea patrols, Persian Gulf presence, Mediterranean operations, Russian rights equal. Best U.S. response to Russian Caribbean presence? Comment A for military pressure, N for diplomatic protest, S for economic sanctions. The night falls, operations continue, the Russian frigates illuminate, navigation lights, running lights, professional seamanship, the Venezuelan tankers lit similarly, safe navigation, international rules, collision avoidance, the American warships shadow, same lighting, same professionalism, adversaries, but professionals, mutual respect, mutual caution. The P-8 Poseidon maintains submarine track, sonobuoy monitoring, passive tracking. The Yasen-class submarine proceeds, submerged 400 feet depth estimated, same course as surface group, coordinated operation, the Russian package complete, surface, subsurface, integrated task force, professional capability, strategic messaging. October 24th, 3:22 a.m., closest point of approach, 68 nautical miles from Puerto Rico, the Russian task force passes, international waters, legal transit, the George Washington observes, no interference, no engagement, professional monitoring. The frigates continue, Venezuelan tankers proceed, Cuban destination, mission accomplished, Russian presence demonstrated. If you understand great power competition in America's backyard, type Navy mission below. The submarine departs, different course. Heading 115 southeast track, return to Atlantic, deep water. The Yasen vanishes, quiet design, advanced silencing. The P-8 loses contact expected. Professional submarine, the Russian SSN accomplished mission. Presence shown, capability demonstrated, message delivered. The strike group commander reviews operation. 48-hour shadow mission, 0 incidents, 0 confrontations, professional conduct, both sides, Russian Navy capable, Venezuelan alliance strong, Cuban connection maintained, U.S. response measured, no escalation, but concern remains, precedent established. Russian Caribbean presence, future operations likely. Navy mission analyzes strategic implications. Monroe Doctrine challenged, 1823 declaration, European powers excluded, Western Hemisphere, American sphere, Russia returns, Soviet Union history, Cold War deployments, Cuban Missile Crisis, Nicaragua involvement, Venezuela support, historical patterns, modern resurgence. The George Washington returns normal operations, Caribbean patrol, the strike group disperses, USS Monterey, different mission, USS Stout, separate tasking, carrier independent operations, regional presence, deterrence maintained, readiness demonstrated, response capability proven. The Russian frigates reach Cuba, Havana port, Venezuelan tankers offload, crude oil delivered, energy security, Cuban economy supported, Russian-Venezuelan-Cuban triangle, alliance strengthened, anti-American bloc, regional challenge, U.S. concerns valid, but options limited, international law, freedom of navigation, rights mutual, Russia exploits legally. The intelligence community assesses Russian Caribbean operations increasing. 2024 trend, multiple deployments, frigate visits, submarine patrols, training exercises, port calls, Venezuela, Cuba, Nicaragua, regional presence, strategic competition, U.S. backyard challenged, response required but proportional, escalation avoided, professional management. Navy mission examines Russian capability, Admiral Gorshkov-class, modern design, stealth features, advanced weapons, caliber cruise missiles, 1,500-mile range, land attack capable, East Coast targets, strategic threat, Parliament Read-It air defense, multi-layer system, aircraft threat, missile defense, capable warship, respect earned. The Yasen-class submarine, elite capability, Kazan, modern SSN, quiet operation, advanced weapons, caliber missiles, torpedo armament, professional crew, strategic asset, regional deployment, Atlantic operations, Caribbean presence, U.S. East Coast proximity, deterrence, intelligence collection, political messaging, multi-mission platform. The Venezuelan connection matters. PDVSA oil, Russian market, sanctions evasion, revenue generation, Maduro survival, Moscow support critical, military sales, defense systems, S-300 air defense, Su-30 fighters, naval cooperation, port access, intelligence sharing, strategic alliance, anti-U.S. partnership, regional challenge. Real confrontation, real tension, real stakes, from carrier operations to fighter intercepts, from submarine hunting to diplomatic protests, from international law to strategic competition, great power rivalry, professional conduct, measured response. This is modern naval presence. This is Venezuelan standoff. This is Navy mission, where every mission tells the story. What should Navy mission analyze next? F-22 intercepts Russian bombers, Venezuelan Su-30 dogfight, Chinese spy ship confrontation? Comment your mission choice.